Again, welcome to another sad but true review. This one, WWE Strike number 2. And that strike came in the form of this little gem. WWE All Stars. Again, the potential was there. The promise through the roof. Greatness. But did they pull it off? No. They only did a very small roster, which for me sucks dearly. Ultimately sucks. Boy. Bit itchy. Now, the playable legends are Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, The Rock, Macho Man Randy Savage, Jake the Snake Roberts, Sergeant Slaughter, Rowdy Roddy Piper, aka the Hot Rod, Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels, Jimmy, the Superfly Snuka, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, and the one and only Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, with the all being All Stars, there's 2 generations, 1 ring, and now let's do the modern superstars. for the time, let's see what year was it. 2011, last year. Pathetic. Ooh, I think I dropped an All-Star. Oh man, that stinks. Kissing me with me talking about it makes me drop my drop guts. Now to the playable superstars. More modern superstars at the time. John Cena, Randy Orton, Jack Swagger, Edge, Kane, Sheamus, The Big Show, Triple H, John Morrison, Rey Mysterio, Kofi Kingston, CM Punk, The Miz, Drew McIntyre, and The Undertaker. I say not a bad lineup there. But here's the surprising part. Downloadable characters. Whoa. Give me a bit of a shimmy. And a bit of a shake. The Road Warriors, Animal and Hawk. Got the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. You got Cody Rhodes, his son. You got the Big Boss Man, Chris Jericho. Jerry the King Lawler. Michael P.S. Hayes. Mark Henry, R-Truth, and the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase Sr. No Jr. Commentators is Jerry the King Lawler and the good old boy Jim Ross. Voiceover talent Howard Finkel and Paul Bearer. And not a bad lineup, but there's always a but in this. The game concept, if you just didn't know about anything about the game, just close your eyes, think All Stars. Ooh. And hear the tagline. 2 generations, 1 ring. Ooh, what could I put? Oh, should I put Tyson Kidd and D.H. Smith? I know. I'll have them versus Bret the Hitman Hart. And this will be a good one. D.H. Smith's own father himself, the British Bulldog. Now, just close your eyes and just imagine putting such a match together. Even with once again, so much promise. But they failed to deliver. ultimately failed to deliver. Only a tag team for eliminated 4-way elimination tag team, elimination 4-way, elimination 3-way. Extreme Rules. It is a bit odd that I'd throw up the Four Horsemen hand sign, because that's as much superstars that there are. Not superstars, match types. It's actually pathetic to think about it. Guessing they didn't want to have like a ladder match where you can jump on from the top rope, fly across the ring, grab the case, and just keep crushing up the case, title belt, and not worry about climbing up the ladder. The cage match. Oh, they'll fly too high. Hang on. The ropes fly too high as well. Even if you stomp like do that, send you go, yeah, boo up. You grab him, go bam, and shake again, you know. Power bomb him again, stomp the ground. Absolute crazy, absolute crap. Ola. Oh boy. As you can see, very much cartoony. I can say this with all honesty. Ben 10, the cartoon from Cartoon Network, has more realistic gravity physics in that show. That includes original Ben 10, Ben 10 Alien Force, and the modern Ben 10 Ultimate Alien. Has more realistic gravitational physics in those shows than this has in its entire game. Oh, pathetic. If you really wanted to, and 3 story modes, 2 of them for 2 heavyweight title belts, and the other one is for the tag team. Oh. It just infuriates me. Wow. Oh. Also, see here, for your sign. Huge crap. Oh, there is a cage match, but it's a bit pathetic. I do apologize, it does have a cage match. Standard, triple threat, fatal 4-way, handicap, tornado tag team, steel cage, extreme rules, and elimination. 8 games, 8 matches. I do apologize to the people who made it, but you're still pathetic. What have happened to the elimination chamber? To be locked in, even with the Hell in a Cell. To be locked in. A ladder match of all things could be included. You can toss in the Royal Rumble match or Battle Royale. and boost it up a bit more. Make it a bit more entertaining for the player. And it's far too cartoony. Oh. Man. It's just sad. Openly I'm saying it's sad. Hell, with a punch you could send a guy all the way across the ring. Drop kick as well. Even the greatest WWE matchups haven't happened until now. That's a pretty cool tagline, and that actually does have some truth. If I were to make this game, I would have made it a lot better. I would have learnt from my mistake from the Legends of WrestleMania 1, and really to fix everything up with this. Made it not cartoony. Kept it to the SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 game. I would have kept the roster. Kept the playable roster as that. The playable roster, but then you can unlock a greater deal. I would have, as I said, let me see. I would definitely added if you win the tag team titles with a Legends cast, unlock the Road Warriors, Demolition, Powers of Pain. That's 6 more guys they can play with. If you win with the world title with a classic guy, you can unlock these guys. The Macho Man, not Macho Man, the Big Boss Man, Jerry King Lawler, P.S. Michael Hayes, and the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. You could actually unlock those guys. 10 more guys for that side. For the superstar, for the current superstars roster for that time. Win with. I'll put in the Cody Rhodes as a playable superstar. Win with him. You get to win with him and in a certain time. You get to unlock his father. I would even have Ted DiBiase Jr. in there. Win with him, you get to unlock his father. Randy Orton, unlock Cowboy Bob Orton. Having the Rocky. Hell, you got 2 guys with the Rock. The 2 guys that he inducted into the Hall of Fame. Great Chief Peter Maivia and his pappy, Rocky Johnson. 2 more guys. The stars that you could have added for the superstar side. Let's see. You could have unlocked Dolph Ziggler. Let's see. Luke Gallows. Actually, Luke Gallows wasn't around then. If you win with John Cena, you can unlock the Nexus. If you win with the first time the Core, then second time with the rest of the. Actually, with CM Punk, the Nexus. John Cena, the Core. The Big Show, you can unlock up Mark Henry. You can unlock all these guys, you know. If you can have like Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, especially his son Michael McGillicuddy. That type of stuff exited their mind. I was like, hello, hello. There's nothing going in the mind. I was definitely taking out the cartooniness, made it a bit more realistic, made it like the Legends of WrestleMania. That's the only other good point about that game. But I'm not talking about that game. I'm talking about this one, WWE All Stars. More realistic attitude at things. Not 5 arenas. Those 5 arenas. Oh. Didn't settle well. It was a pretty good idea to have those 5, like SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Raw and SmackDown. I don't mind those ones. The All-Star one, I didn't mind that either. But come on, WWE officials, throw in, give us more of a bone to play with. Oh, you could have had the 2000 Royal Rumble. You could have had, man, the King of 2001 King of the Ring. 2001, 2002 King. Actually, yeah, 2002 King of the Ring. Those rings, yeah. There's ones that looked a bit more cartoony, even like a backlash, a couple of backlashes. One backlash where they had like all the fake blades coming in and out. Wow. Since the company bought out WCW, could have had a SummerSlam that looked like Splash at the Beach. That would sound pretty cool. Oh man. That was the 2001 Survivor Series arena. That looked beautiful. I have that in there as well. But didn't think. Thinking was like a tumbleweed. It would be like this piece of, piece of paper. Bye bye. That's what it is. Goes down in here for all who created the game. Once again, concept brilliant. All-Star name brilliant. Taglines, 2 generations, 1 ring. Greatest WWE matchups haven't happened until now. Those, oh, beautiful sounding names. But those 2 beautiful taglines. Failed tremendously. When you go into a game like that, you don't screw with firstly the game, like how to play the game. You don't have these watered down versions of like these women. Before I say this point, I have no problems with anime where they have combatants fighting in space. I thoroughly enjoy watching said animes. And sometimes reading the mangas are pretty cool as well. But when it comes to a video game based on professional wrestling, you don't have that mid-air, anti-gravity, cartoony style of fighting BS. You more or less keep with the traditional physics of the game, keep with the you honor the literally. Oh, this is one thing that really gets on my nerves. They've already urinated on one lot of guys. Now you're urinating on some other guys. It's absolutely dropping the fly down. Open the fly, drop it out, and piss on everything that professional wrestling stands for. To piss on the WWE legends. In some senses, I'm actually happy that guys like Ric Flair weren't included in this game. I would have put him in there to be a bit more to make it a bit more exciting, which would have been would have made a good match. Ric Flair, classic Ric Flair versus a modern day Triple H. Hell, I would have even thrown in for. I would have definitely had like the alternate. Yeah, rewind. But I would definitely put in an alternate form of attire for a lot more than the 2 or 3 would have been included. First, it was the Macho Man Randy Savage. I don't mind his Mega Powers tights. I don't mind the checkerboard ones. I would have included the NWO and NWO Hollywood attire, just to make the things a bit better. Big Show come down to the ring wearing an NWO t-shirt. I would have had classic Paul Wright, with like the hair tied back, with the long haired giant. There's several other things I would have done better, and that's just with the attires alone, let alone the rest of the game. As I said, sad but true, strike number 2. Oh. Hulk Hogan, John Cena. Great matchup idea. Pathetic execution. Would have been done a lot better in the SmackDown game. I think it was SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain, where both of them were in the same game. That would have been the last. That would have been the greatest time to do that match. A very young John Cena and a very old Hulk Hogan in that game. Man. The Rock and John Cena in that game as well would have been awesome as. Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. That match has been done. It's not a fantasy matchup. It has already been done. Why put that in there as a fantasy matchup? I'm making Rey Mysterio look like he's a cartoon character on acid. That's look crap. I said this game literally urinates buckets of buckets, tanker upon tanker, ocean upon ocean of urine on these superstars. Now if I was a member of the Big Boss Man's family, I thought, oh great, my uncle is going to be in this game, or my great uncle, or even my grandfather, if the Big Boss Man got married and had kids, and their kids had kids themselves. I would be thanking their lucky stars that their father, uncle, grandfather, great uncle, brother, son, if his parents are still around today, we'll be thanking the pathetic people at THQ for not putting their son in there. Yokozuna's family would be so happy with their fact that they didn't, embellish on Yokozuna's weight issues. Big John Studd's family, Junkyard Dogs, IRS, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Quite a lot of classical superstars, and as well superstars of today, will be grateful that they weren't involved in that game. For a simple reason is, it is a crock. It is a load of bull. Low gaming, pathetic graphics, limited arena choosing. Even the creative wrestling mode, it just sucked. It ultimately sucked harder than a tornado through a trailer park, and that is a lot of sucking. Well, I hate to say that. It's sad but true. WWE in number 2. Bye bye.